associate to direct speech and indirect speech. Very important, isn't it? So far in level 5, we have seen 122 videos, right? The first we have seen articles, then we have seen about the modal verbs, can, could, shall, should, and we have seen about the verbs, then we have come to pronouns, then after that we have come to adjectives, adverbs, then we have come to conjunctions, active and passive voice. Now we have come to direct speech and indirect speech. The importance of direct and indirect speech, it is not necessary for me to say to you. See, most of them, they come here and tell that their English is not good. They are not able to speak freely. They are not clear about their English communication, that is interpersonal communication. See, from morning to night, whatever you speak, it is the direct speech and indirect speech. Once you know the technicalities of converting direct speech to indirect speech, then you are an expert in communication. So what is direct speech? What you hear from others, exact words, what they tell you, it is called direct speech. And what you go and say to others is called, what the other person has said, it is called indirect speech. Your manager says something, your father says, mother says, your friends say, your teachers say, your colleagues say, your juniors, they say something, and what you go and say to others, what the other person has said, is called direct speech and indirect speech. So 4 types of sentences are there. Whatever you communicate from morning to night, it comes under four sentences. What is the first sentence? It is the statement. It may be a positive statement, it may be a negative statement. Then it is question sentences. Mostly you speak statements, then second question sentences. Question, it is divided into 2, yes or no. The answer you expect is yes or no, or information. Then the third part is imperative. Imperative means one requesting and asking somebody to do something. Second is ordering something, to ask somebody to do certain actions. So then the fourth sentence is exclamatory sentence, the feeling sentences. So what others say, either it is in statement or question or imperative or exclamatory, how you go and say to others what the other person has told you, or what you have listened one person and another speaking, and what you are going and saying to others, that the things which they have told, it is called direct and indirect speech. So this is very important. After the parts of speech, you should know the conversion of active and passive voice sentences, where you become an expert in tenses. Then after that you have to come to conversion of direct speech to indirect speech. That is changing the 4 types of sentences, what you hear, to others, exactly what they have told, in indirect way. So conversion from direct to indirect speech, what is most important is you should see how the pronoun changes. Pronoun changes. So in direct speech, what are the pronouns you should see, and in indirect speech you should see how the pronoun changes. So far we have seen 12 pronouns. How do they change from direct speech to indirect speech? I changes into, from direct speech to indirect speech, I changes into he or she. My changes into, I say, see, I am a teacher. What do you go and say? Sir told that he was a teacher. Okay, my country is the best country, I tell. What do you go and say to others? My changes into his country, if it is a male. If it is a female, her country, right? You changes into, if it is, I am telling you, it changes into me. Like that, the pronoun changes. Here, you are seeing the pronoun you, they, and our. How do this pronouns you are, they, and our? How does it change into their, they, and their in indirect speech, right? It is very important, my dear friends. Your means what? Possessing pronoun. Your means possessing pronoun. I am saying it is your pen. I am saying it is your pen. What do you go and say to the other? Sir told me that it was my pen. Your pen changes into my pen. Your, if it is in plural, what do you say? It is your pen. Your pen means all of you, all 3 of you, your pen. You say, sir told me that it is our pen, right? Your changes into our. Then I am telling you should pay your taxes. You should pay your taxes. She listens to what I am telling and she goes and tells others. what she tells. Sir told that they should pay their taxes. So your changes into different way. You should have a good perception of what happens when converting from direct speech to indirect speech. Coming here, the finance minister, see, this is indirect speech. The finance minister told to people. The finance minister, what did he tell to the people? In inverted commas, you should pay your taxes. In television, the finance minister comes, he gives an interview and he looks at the audience through the camera and he says to the people, you should pay your taxes, right? So you listen what the finance minister has told and you are going and telling to your friends. What do you tell? The finance minister told to people, you should pay your taxes. It changes into, finance minister told that they stands for the people. They should pay their taxes. You should pay your taxes. Changes into, they should pay their taxes. The finance minister told to the people that they should pay their taxes. The exact words of the finance minister is, you should pay your taxes. And what you listen and you go and say to others, the finance minister said that they should pay their taxes. You changes into they and your changes into their in indirect speech. When you listen and when you go and say, right? When finance minister says to you directly, then you say, finance minister told me that I should pay my taxes. You should pay your taxes. If it is directly to you, then you say, the finance minister told me that I should pay my taxes. You see how it is changing? Your changes into my and you changes into they or me if it is you. Now coming here, they. How does they change to they? They is standard. They comes in direct and indirect speech, both same. Vatican Lord Pope. Lord Pope, he is in Vatican City in Rome. Vatican Lord Pope told about the terrorists to the people, about the terrorists, what's happening around the world, the terrorist activities. Lord Pope says to the people, they are wrongly guided. He comes in a television and says, they are wrongly guided. Who are they? The terrorists are wrongly guided. So in indirect speech, it changes into, Vatican Lord Pope told about the terrorists to the people that they were wrongly guided. Who were wrongly guided? The people were wrongly guided. So they in direct speech changes into they in indirect speech. Coming here, our changes into their. Our changes into their. See here, the Chinese Prime Minister said, he says, this is also in television, our country is a super economical country. So our country is a emerging or super economical country because we manufacture a lot of goods. So the Chinese Prime Minister said, in inverted commas, our country is a super economical country. So in indirect speech, you listen what the Chinese Prime Minister has told and you are going and saying to somebody, the Chinese Prime Minister said that our country changes into their country. Whose country? The Chinese people country, right? Their country. Their country is a super economical power. You don't change into was because it is a super economical country. It is blooming. It is a fact. So certain things doesn't change in indirect speech, the verbs. Hope you are able to understand. So my dear friends, you changes into, your changes into their, they changes, they, same thing. Our changes into their. Hope you are able to understand. All these pronoun changes is very important. So 15 pronouns, if you understand the 15 pronouns, how do they change from direct to indirect speech? If it is a male, how does it change? If it is a female, how does it change, right? If I am male, I say, I am a PhD scholar. You go and say, sir told that he is a PhD scholar. If I am a female, madam told that she is a PhD scholar, right, sir? So how does it change to male and female? How the pronoun changes is very important. Hope you are able to understand. Are you clear about it? Are you very clear? Yes. Let us say, ask a question to Dakshana. Please stand up, Dakshana. I'm telling. Okay. Okay. Your bangles are very good, or your your chain is very good. How do you go and say? You go and tell to your friend. Sir told
that
your chain is good.
my chain
Is good. Okay, that my chain is good or was good. Okay, anything. My chain was good. So your changes into my. You are able to understand. Now coming here, I request you gentlemen to stand up. Okay, you should pay, all three of you, you should pay your fees on 1st of this month. You should pay your fees on this. Sir told me
that they should pay.
That you should pay. We, you changes it. Should pay our money, our fees. So here your changes depending upon the situation. Something. Yes, please stand up. I'm telling you, okay? Okay. Our Chennai is the best Chennai. Our Chennai is the best Chennai. How do you say? Sir told that their Chennai is the best Chennai. Okay, good, fine. நண்பர்களே, உங்களுடைய 22 நேர்கூற்று டைரக்ட் ஸ்பீச் இன்டைரக்ட் ஸ்பீச் வீடியோவை பார்த்து ஆங்கிலம் என்னால் சரியில்லை. நான் சொல்வதை மற்றவர்கள் புரிந்து கொள்ள முடியவில்லை, மற்றவர்கள் சொல்வதை நான் புரிந்து கொள்ள முடியவில்லை. ஸோ நீங்கள் பாருங்கள். அடுத்ததாக நீங்கள் கற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டிய மிக மிக முக்கியம் செய்வினை செயற்பாட்டு வினை, ஆக்டிவ் வாய்ஸ் அண்ட் பாசிவ் வாய்ஸை முக்கியமாக கற்றுக்கொள்ள வேண்டும். எஸ், இந்த நேர்கூற்றிலிருந்து up on sleeve means secret plans. Up